first video log. Let me first start off by wishing you all the best for 2019. Hopefully it's going to be a great year for all of us. My name is Frank Zwiers and I'm a pigeon fancier from the Netherlands. My passion is to race marathon, which means distances from 800 to 1000 kilometers. I live in a small town up north of Breda called Terheide. I'm currently still 36 years old, my birthday is next week, and I'm a father of 3 and happily married to my wife Susan. I'm going to do this video log in English. I know it's not perfect, but I think it's more than sufficient for all of you to understand what I'm trying to say and going to show you. I came up with the idea of creating a video log. After searching for a video log of my own, I typed in Pigeons video log in YouTube but couldn't find any, so that's why I decided to make one of my own. I already have a well-viewed website, www.frankzwiers.nl, which is in Dutch, so it will not be easy to read for all of you, so that's why a video log in English. I came into pigeon racing in 2001. My story is slightly different than the story of the most people, which is the hobby passed down from father to son. Now my hobby started with a girl. I fell in love with a girl in middle school, and when I drove her home on my bicycle, she turned out to have pigeons together with her father. The time passed and I started to help her with the birds, and I fell in love with the birds. I liked taking care of them, feeding them, racing them, and that's why I wanted pigeons of my own. I asked my parents, because at that time I lived at home with my parents, and their answer was quite simple and short: no. But after 3 months of whining and with a lot of help of my grandfather, who also had pigeons, I was allowed to build a loft for 3.5 meters, which I started in 2001. I started to race youngsters like everybody, and I found out I had a talent for racing youngsters. The first year I raced, I was second champion in the club with the youngsters. In 2003, so almost 2 years later, I moved. I bought a place of my own in Breda, with a bigger garden, and so a bigger loft rose in the garden. The loft was twice as large, 7.5 meters, and I started racing again in 2005, again with the youngsters. I had a feeling for that game. So the first year, 2005, that I raced, I entered 35 youngsters, and out of the 10 races I won 5 in the combined CC Breda. Also, the second race is still my personal record, winning 1 till 11 and also 17, 18, 19 against 537 birds, I think, and I only entered 32 myself. In the year 2009, again after a very successful young bird season, I decided to quit pigeon racing. I was going to become a father, and I didn't see myself combining pigeon racing from March to September combined with parenthood. So I sold all my birds or gave them away, and I just quit. In January 2011, my girlfriend, now my wife, surprised me with a visit to Mark van den Berg. Mark van den Berg is a very good champion in marathon racing at that time. Now he's doing very well on the one-day long distance races, but in that time he was an outstanding marathon champion. He only had a small loft, a family with at that time 2 children, currently he has 3, and my wife surprised me with a visit there. And the first birds that I held, I was in love straight away. The birds were perfectly in the hand. Just the way that I like them, broad, short and very well muscular. The surprise went on, and my wife told me that she had bought 2 birds from Mark van den Berg. So From that day on, I was going to be a marathon racer. So that's, in short, the way that I came into the pigeon racing and how I decided to be a marathon racer after a lot of years. Now back to the video log. I am going to show you in this series of video logs everything that there is to know of everything that I do about pigeon racing on the marathon distances. I'm going to show you everything from breeding, from training, racing, and also feeding. In short, all. I'm going to show you and tell you all that I do. I'm not going to say it's the way to succeed in marathon racing, but I'm telling you it's a way to succeed in marathon racing. In short, that's my story, so now let's take a look at the loft. I'm now in front of my current racing loft, which is 40 meters long and 2 meters 80 deep, and it's got an aviary in front of it from 1 meter deep and almost the complete loft, as you can see. My racing birds, in which I race the marathon distance, are housed over here in the first 2 compartments. Next to that there are the youngsters, and at the end there are my breeding team. I have the possibility to race 64 old birds at marathon. Currently there are only 46 at the moment due to a very hard season last year and some bad decisions that I made with my youngsters and bad luck. So I only ended up with 27 youngsters this year, last year. My breeding team consists of 20 pairs. Most of them are all related to Olympic birds, and most of them are already proven breeders or proven racers. So I'm confident for this year to breed a very good team. I'm going to do my best for bringing up the youngsters as best as possible, training them as best as possible, and hopefully I will have next year in 2020 a very good and broad yearling team for the internationals. As you can see, there are aviaries in front of the lofts, also big windows. Windows in the lofts are 1 meter high and 1 meter 40 wide. I like a lot of light in my loft. Also during winter all the windows are open, so wind has all the possibility to blow in the lofts. I'm built in quite a lot, so I do not have a lot of wind in the loft, so that gives me the opportunity to do this. If I was living on a field with no homes or residences around me, I wouldn't do that, because for me it's not a problem for the birds to get ill in this season. It's now January, but it doesn't need to get too worse. So a little wet eye, a dirty nose, it's no problem in this month and also the next couple of months. I do this every year, and the first year that I did it, almost all the birds got sick. They all had very wet eyes, dirty noses, and even one eye cold, so one eye was completely closed, and I didn't know what to do. Should I treat them or should I just let them be? I called a good friend of mine, which I have some birds from. He's named Arjan Beens, which also is a very good marathon racer in the Netherlands up to 2014. Then he sold all his birds, but currently he's starting up again. I called him and I said, Arjan, what am I going to do? Do I need to treat them? No, he said, just close the door, don't look at them for about 6 weeks, and then it will be better. So just did like he said. I closed the door, just got in the loft to give them some food and water, and that's it. 6 weeks later, indeed, the birds were all better. And from that day on, the number of sick birds during this winter period are reduced. This winter at all, 0. So I think it gives them a natural resistance to illnesses like this. So that's why I do it. Now let's take a look inside of the loft. We're now inside of the loft. I'm holding the camera in my hand so I can give you a short walk through the loft. As you can see, I have a corridor in front of every section. I really wanted this when I built this loft. The previous loft in Breda didn't have that, so it forced me to go through every section before I ended up in the section where I wanted to be. This is a very big improvement for me. It was one of the biggest demands that I had in this new loft. This current loft is built by a company, Prefab 20. The guy who runs the company, his brother and father raise birds of their own, so he has some experience in building lofts. We designed this loft together, so his building advice and my advice for pigeon racing combined formed this loft. It's actually a bigger copy of the previous loft in Breda. It's housed almost similar. The front of the loft is faced south-southeast. The previous loft was faced southeast. Also the previous loft had some large windows. This one has even larger ones, as you can see, which brings a lot of air and a lot of light in the loft. The aviaries, birds are able to go in the aviaries almost every day during autumn, winter and spring. When the season comes in summer, I will not let them into the aviaries. In this first section I have racing pigeons. Currently only the cocks are housed at the loft in this section. As you can see, I'm not a big fan of cleaning the loft. Again, for the same reason why the windows are open. I like to improve their resistance to illnesses, and that's why I only clean the loft once a week. Another reason, of course, is that I still have a job. I have to go to work every day, and when I go away to work and get home for work, it's both times it's dark. So once a week I turn off the lights, or in weekend, and I clean out the loft in totally. As you can see in this loft, I have 16 boxes at the end of the wall. I have a box on the ground, and also on the other side 2 boxes on the ground. So in total 18 boxes in every compartment, or 19 boxes in every compartment. Let's go on. Also this compartment is similar to the previous one. Also only racers. Also big windows. Also not cleaned. In this loft, currently my racing hens are inhabited, but normally the youngsters live here. I have 2 sections for the youngsters, so 2 similar sections. Also again, big windows, a lot of light. When we take a look at the roof, you can see all the air supply, all the air leaves the loft during the top of the loft. During season, that's the only place that the air comes in and comes out of the loft, because the windows are closed at this moment and the birds do not go in the aviaries. Hi breeders. Section 1 and section 2 is next to it, of course. One of my favorite birds over here, the Bernard. Winner first national St.Vincent in 2016 against 13,472 birds. And the year before, in 2015, he already showed his class by winning the 26th national. I got a great offer for him, but I decided to keep him anyway. So in short, that's a view of the loft. For this first video log, I want to introduce you to my foundation hen. Her name is Golden Future. It's a blue hen that I bought on an online auction of Arjan Baines. At this moment she is 9 years old. She's bred in 2010. 10. I do not know if she still lays eggs this year. Last year she laid eggs, so hopefully again this year she will. She is a half sister to Olympic Misgeisje, Snelle Jelle, Roodmeisje, Marianne, famous birds of the loft of Iron Banes, and bred from Rika, which is, in my opinion, the best bird that Iron Banes ever had for breeding. She herself bred very well. For example, the 11th National Agen, the 5th MPO St.Vincent, the 15th National Bordeaux, the 18th and 20th MPO on ducks and Bordeaux, and so on and so on. But her children also pass on the breeding genes. For example, a grandchild of her is called Robin, which is a very good bird at Verwijde Haan. First international ace pigeon on Pauw of the last 2 years. He is bred from the lines of Verwijde Haan, combined with a daughter of this hen. So in already 3 generations we have winners from this superb breeding hen. For example, my current best racer called Neo, 4th Olympic ace, winner of 4 times in the top 1%, only raced 6 times, is bred from a grandson of this phenomenal bird. Golden Futures, ladies and gentlemen. The bird that made me famous, and I'm very, very happy with her. So back in the office where it's nice and warm, it's quite chilly outside. I'd like to thank you all for watching this first video log. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it's just an introduction, but during this year I will make lots more videos and also show you how I prepare the birds and how they come home from racing. If you have any questions at all, just email me or send me a message through this YouTube channel. And hopefully you enjoyed it, and see you next time, guys. Bye.